Aloha everybody, Kaiwaza with you. Welcome back to my channel and our video series of going through my Hawaiian records, one record at a time. And today we're going to kind of wrap up the regular Hawaiian albums that fall under the letter A, and we will also begin moving into my Exotica vinyl collection, the albums whose artists fall under the letter A. That's what's happening today. So, picking up where we left off, first album today is by an artist called Rachel Asebido, What Love Has Joined Together.
On the slopes of Mount
Now, Rachel Asebido was a member of Kaleo Okalani, the very popular group, and then she started doing some solo material. This album is from 1987. And it's on the Kahanu Records label. Next up is I believe British. I think maybe he's not British, I don't even know. Georgie Auld, saxophone player. Did a lot of kind of easy listening and whatnot albums, and did a Hawaiian album, a very nice glossy cover on it, called Hawaii on the Rocks, Georgie Auld and his Hula-Gans. It's a pretty groovy album. In fact, I had one day at work, my Hawaiian radio station, Hawaiian Hi-Fi, playing at work, and one of the songs from this album came on the air, and my coworker was like, "That's some pretty groovy Hawaiian music you got going on there. Pretty funky, whatever. I like it." Georgie Auld. And I love the very creative, if you look closely, I love the very creative use of artificial Christmas ornaments here. We have some artificial pine boughs going on. We have some sort of gold Christmas ornaments going on. You have to kind of look to see it, but you know, gotta use what you got. Then there's an album from Hawaii. This is Glen, Auna, and the West Hawaii Revue performing at the famous Kona Hilton on the Big Island of Hawaii.
Rainbows over paradise, rainbows.
This one's autographed, and it features songs that they did in their hotel review, and some of this, again, we get a little bit of disco going on, which I always enjoy. I don't think there's a date on it, but it's obviously the 70s, late 70s, from the way they're dressed. And let's see, one more artist under the letter A, but they also have an Exotica album, so I'm going to present them to you together, the Hawaiian and the Exotica, and that would be the artist Ted Auletta. Now, I can't tell you a lot about him, but I do know he was, I believe, like a musical director at the Hawaiian Room at the Hotel Lexington in New York for a while. And so was connected with a lot of Hawaiian musicians, you know, recording in New York at the time. So there's two albums he did. The first one I'll show you, and they're by completely different ensembles. They're both credited to Ted Auletta, but they're completely different ensembles. Exotica. A lot of people kind of like this album. It's somewhat, you know, well known, I think, in the Exotica realm on Cameo Records. Just kind of a standard Exotica album with a Martin Denny-esque kind of combo, you know, xylophones and pianos and whatnot. Really nice album, really nice arrangements. I even like particularly the song Pool of Love, which is a Les Baxter song that, of course, Les Baxter did, and Martin Denny did, I think, too. But I actually like Ted Auletta's version way better than anybody's. I love his version of Pool of Love. Now he does another album, and this one I was really excited to finally get, because when I had seen it online a few times here and there, I thought it was a budget label recording with, like, you know, the Luke Leilani recordings and whatever. I didn't think it was like a legit new recording. I thought it was just a budget record. And then somewhere, I don't remember where, I saw the track listings someplace else and saw it was Ted Auletta, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like really a different album. This is something I have got to find. And I did manage to get a copy of it not too long after. I thought that pretty cheap, because again, it's just, you don't see it very often. It's called Hawaiian Shores, and it's on the Mount Vernon Music label. Definitely a smaller label. I love the cover on this, right? And when I saw the track listings, it made me wonder if it was going to be like a similar combo of Sam Makia, steel guitar, Hal Aloma, Dennis Reger, I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, on the ukulele. These are some of the people that were playing at the Hawaiian Room, and sure enough, this is. So if you have any of the records like by the Hawaiian Islanders on Cameo, or anything from Sam Makia or Hal Aloma, whatever, this is going to sound familiar, because it definitely sounds like those recordings. Nice stuff. And yeah, I was really happy to get this record. Another Exotica album. This one, Caribbean Nights by Diane Adrian. This is Diane Adrian here, not a model. And she's pictured on the back as well. I find this record really humorous. It's on RCA, RCA Records 1955. It says, Adrian has made many tours in the Caribbean area where she collected the material heard in these recordings. And I can't help but wonder, she's made many tours in the Caribbean area, like Fort Lauderdale and Key West, I don't know. Anyway, but this is hers. All these are kind of like Haitian songs or whatever. A lot of them are French, with a full-on orchestra, and they're just interesting. I really don't know anything about her, but it's an enjoyable album. Diane Adrian. Now here's an album in Exotica on one of the most budget of the budget labels, Strand. And again, I can't tell you much about it. It's called Africana, and really this album, if you listen to it, it does not give an artist credit, but it's an orchestra, and it is a complete and total 100% like rip-off of Bert Kaempfert's the German orchestra leader, who had real fame in the 60s with these sort of Afrikaans, Southern African European songs. What were they even called? Like, you know, Zambezi or something, and right, like they were popular. And this album, it totally is ripping off that style. So it's not like you know, some sort of tribal recordings of Africans. It's like Bert Kempfert, Afrikaans pop, you know, Europeanized songs. But enjoyable nonetheless. They could have at least made up an orchestra or something, right? I mean, they didn't credit anybody. And then we have Shango, Night in a Quiet Village. Kip Anderson and the Tides. Now, obviously, I kind of dig this artwork here. Obviously, this came out after Martin Denny's Quiet Village, right? Although Quiet Village is not one of the songs on the album. Go figure. Cap Records, it's a nice, mildly exotic album. Kip Anderson is an organist. Then we have, I'll get two more quickly, and then we'll be done with the A's in Exotica. This one is it's actually a classical album, but I do have it in the Exotica collection because I think it's worthwhile being there. The composer is Antill, and now I just looked up how to pronounce this, and now I can't remember. Corroboree, because I think I wanted to say Corroboree, but it's Corroboree, which is a suite from a ballet. Quite a cover there. This is the Corroboree is an Australian Aboriginal like dance get-together thing. It can be formal, it can be casual. This one is a classical ballet. This is the music from that ballet, inspired by the Corroboree by Antill, John Antill. Includes the welcome ceremony, dance to the evening star, rain dance, spirit of the wind, homage to the rising sun, morning star dance, procession of the totems. By Sir Eugene Grossens and the London Symphony Orchestra. And then there's a couple of other, on the back, on the other side is something from a ballet, Panambi, which is a South American Indian legend of some kind. So, anyway, then finally today we have, under the letter A, Exotic Dreams, the enticing vocals of Ethel Azama. This is not Ethel Azama. This is Sandy Warner, who was on all of the Martin Denny records. This is Liberty Records, the label Martin Denny recorded on, so... And Martin Denny, in fact, wrote the liner notes for this album by Ethel Azama. This is kind of a good album. I don't know why they didn't put her on the cover. She is a cute Japanese, Hawaiian Japanese, local Japanese girl. I don't know why they didn't use her on the cover.
It's a lazy afternoon, and the beetle buds are zooming, and the tulip trees are blooming. And there's not another.
Okay, that's it for the letter A under Exotica Records, and we will look at South Pacific Records next. So I hope you enjoyed that, and have a nice week, and we will see you in the next video.